See, I was patiently listening to all the inputs which came from various industries, be it auto, media, advertisement, manufacturing, and especially for students, you have heard their recruitment strategy. Now, I represent an industry who actually support all these industries. So I come from an outsourcing industry, and we do work for manufacturing, we do work for auto, we do work for media, we do work for uh, various kind of industries, right? So is it possible for me to recruit people who have technical expertise of all these industries in one go? Extremely, extremely difficult. So I'll probably share some of the insights in terms of what kind of skills outsourcing industry need currently and in near future. By the way, those who may not be aware of this, so outsourcing industry is one of the largest recruiter in service sector in India for past almost 2 decades. So massive, massive employment happens in this sector. It is important to know what kind of people typically we look at when we hire. Now, I won't talk very, very short term, like students who are in final year, how to get internship assignments or how to get initial jobs and interviews cracked. I'll talk a little bit long term. And to make it clear, let me share two or three very, very interesting predictions which are going on for economy in future as well as employment in future. The first one is by 2030, each employee would start having 3 careers within a career. What does that mean? It means once an engineer, always an engineer will not hold true. The economy and the technology will move so fast that after 10 years, each of us will have to actually change at least 3 different careers in our entire career lifespan. So if you have done computer engineering or if you have done marketing MBA, that may not necessarily feed you for your entire career going forward. You may have to switch gears in between. So what it means, maybe it's time for have a multi-skilling, or it's time to have more than one skills and more than one technical competencies to be added to our portfolio. Second interesting point is in next 15 years, lot of us, lot of consumers will start printing organic and inorganic products at their own homes, because 3D printing is becoming so fast that you would not have to go to different factories and places to buy stuff. You can start printing it at home for your usage. And this will have massive impact on the employment sector in this 2 or 3 areas. And third, which is more laughable probably, and there is a very, very serious annotation to that. One of the studies says that by 2100, that is 80 years from now, probably first human being will born who will have a lifespan of 200 plus years. So science is working in those directions. And what does that mean? Today, your and my career span is only 30, 35 years. Imagine a situation when someone will live for 200 plus years. It means we'll have to keep working for at least 100 years. Do we have a plan and a roadmap to do that? During 100 years, will we be able to stick with only one skill or two skills to survive and continue working? So world is moving so rapidly that our education system and our skill set requirement will keep changing every 5 years, every 7 years. So you would need to keep yourself abreast with all those latest changes and latest technologies. Now, what does that mean for you? It means is probably time has come where you need to be a jack of all trades and masters of many. Don't focus only on 1, 2, or 3 skills. I again repeat, don't focus only on 1, 2, or 3 skills. And I know Dr. Bansal uh, may validate this point that these days, the management institutes are also coming up with very odd combinations in their curriculum. Earlier, major and minors would be very, very similar and complementary. These days, you have major in electronics and minor in arts. You will have major in commerce and minor in science. So those kind of combinations are coming now in education system, and which is, in my view, is extremely futuristic. We have to go that direction. So please don't stick to one stream, that if you score 90%, you go to science. If you go to 80%, you go to commerce. If you take 70%, you go to arts. Those days are gone. So please acquire multiple skills and multiple streams. Another thing is, most of you students who are in either engineering or MBAs, probably you have spent almost 20 years in education. But believe me, your 20 years of education can only guarantee first 2 or 3 years of your employment. Post that, for next 30 years of employment will depend on how you react to situations and how you react to changes in the corporate world. And you need to prepare yourself for those kind of situations and environments. Now, everyone has spoken that, okay, we need people with good soft skills. We need people with good attitude. We need people with multiple communication skills, etc. But how do you get it while in the campus? Is it only your teacher's responsibility to equip with all these skills? Probably it is too much to ask from that individual teacher or a professor. So, Dr. Bansal, please excuse me if my next sentence probably put you on the spot.
No, sir.
But in my view,
we welcome all the challenges. Yeah, we have to be open to that.
Right. So, in my view, spend less time in classrooms, spend more time outside classrooms. Participate in fests, participate in volunteering for social work, participate in clubs, take active participation in all these extracurricular activities. These are the avenues which will make you better ready for corporate world. These will add leadership skills. This will add collaborative skills. This will improve your communication skills. This will make you more emotionally intelligent, someone said. So these skills are not necessarily acquired in a classroom. This would be acquired outside classroom. So I would recommend that those who are scholars and trying to get 90 CGPA, please do not lose out on these extracurricular activities. These would be make or break situation for you once you join corporates. At the time of recruitment, I give a lot of thrust on the results of your psychometric tests. Technical skills are given. If you're an engineer, you know you're engineering it. But the results of your psychometric test tells us how you will behave in different situations. And that plays a very, very high in terms of my selection criteria. So please focus on some of these things. Be prepared for these things, and don't assume that if you're not picked up in campus interview, your career is lost. No. As I said, campus interview, only 2 years guarantee. You need to run this race for longer term. Second thing, I mean, when I heard this topic, the transition from classroom to corporate. Actually, in my view, this transition will get blurred going forward. Your classroom will continue in your corporate world as well. If you have to switch 3 careers in your career, your corporate needs to act as a classroom for you for next 20 years as well. So I don't know whether it's a good news or a bad news, but your learning will not stop here. You will have to continue learning different skills once you join corporate. Important is be open to learn new techniques, new skills, and more important, be open to unlearn what you have learned. In my organization, the biggest problem I face is change, resistance to change. When we bring new technology, when we bring new processes, a lot of our employees say, oh, we have been doing this work for last 10 years in this fashion. Now you are asking us to change. Please learn to unlearn. World is changing, economy is changing, technology is changing. If you stick to your old methods, you will not be able to run or go very far. So more than adaptability to learn, it is acceptance to unlearn as well is equally important.
Very right.
I think these are some of the tips I would say that you guys should start practicing while in campus. And I'm sure this will help you get a good amount of jobs in organizations like Hero and Maruti. And